Alright guys, we are at Epic today and we've got the Demonator over here. Ever since I owned the Demonator, I have had half of the seat out in the back, and Chef John and I made this rickety plywood thing here to mount stuff to. So we're going to address this and do it properly because everything else on the truck has been done properly except that. So let's head inside Epic, say hello to the crew, and I'll show you just what's going on. I've got the Ginger's Bikini Pearl two-door. Probably not finished. Always in a state of, what do you guys think of the two-doors? It's been the theme here over at Epic with the Ginger and Paul both building two-doors. And an interesting choice. I've heard a lot about these Badland winches. Who's running Badland winches? Let me know in the comments what your experience has been like. Ginger went down to Washington and picked one up and put it on his two-door. So, also, Landon. Have you guys seen this? This is Landon's Ranger Raptor that he bought a few months ago. And we're going to be shooting a walk around and review with it. So make sure you're subscribed and keep an eye out for that video. If you haven't seen the Ranger Raptors, they are an awesome mid-sized truck. You guys make sure you subscribe, watch that upcoming video. Hey!
What's happening?
Paul, get your toy out of the way. I gotta get in the shop. Can't swear in the videos. Let's go take a look at exactly what we're going to be installing in here. Mike, I think you need some wheels on this bad boy.
No, that's the lowrider.
It's a lowrider.
It's lowrider. That's what we're doing now.
It's like a Quake.
Small tire, small rim, real low.
It's like a Quake LED build. It's sitting right on the road. What are you building here?
I'm putting a Hemi in this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I put a 392 in this.
So this was a Wrangler without a 392 from the factory.
Yes, that's correct.
And so you're doing America's Most Wanted 4x4 conversion as usual?
As usual.
392, looks good.
Yeah, we're getting close to the finish line now. So.
Yeah, just looks like it needs grill and wheels.
Yeah, little air intake.
Yeah, gotta have the
But other than that, yeah, I'm
filter
just gotta
on there.
get the plugs together and get a couple things going. I gotta
Looking
put the bottle
good.
back in. And,
How many hours do you think it's taken you to do these swaps now? What's your, what do you think, start to finish
it's
ballpark?
Usually around 5 to 6 days of conversion.
Full start to finish day.
And then there's the tuning side of things, which takes usually another week.
Yeah, a little back and forth.
Back and forth.
Because we've got guys at America's Most Wanted 4x4
Yeah.
supporting the builds, making sure the tunes are all done right and everything is checked out.
We'll take it for a drive. We'll record the tune that's on there.
Yeah.
We'll send it back to them. They'll go through it. They'll make a few little adjustments. Send us a new tune, and then we'll put that in. And we do that 3 or 4 times to make sure we get it right.
Got to get it dialed in.
Yeah.
Well, the guys at America's Most Wanted are pretty awesome to deal with as well. So if you guys are in the BC Lower Mainland or anywhere in Western Canada, want to do a swap on your Wrangler that didn't come with 392, or like most people with Gladiators want more horsepower and you can't even get that from the factory, give Epic a call, epic-4wheeldrive.com, 4wd.com, and I'll have a link in the description below, and then you can have Magic Mike juice up your rig with more horsepower. Enough distractions on the way in here. So we've got, look at this. This is what I keep seeing in every vehicle, every off-road vehicle wants to do anything with cargo and organizing. Now this is the Goose Gear seat delete. Now I went with a 60% delete. That means we're going to delete the passengers, or yeah, the passenger side seats, which I've had out since I basically bought the truck anyways. I'm still keeping the 40% seats, the driver's side single seat, for when my wife and daughter want to go in the truck. We've got 3 seats, but I don't need the other 2 seats. Now Goose Gear does sell this as a full seat delete, so you can delete all of your seats. You want a giant platform all across the back, and they actually sell it in 2 different styles. They sell the low one, which is like the original one, and the taller one, which is the one I have here, which is going to give me more room to put stuff underneath the Goose Gear to store stuff, because that way I've got my gear up higher. And I think it makes it easier at some point if I were to like want to put a fridge slide to be able to get outside of the Jeep door, because if you look at the door, it gets wider as it gets taller. So you can see my ghetto platform right now. So instead of being down here, we're going to be somewhere up here, and I'm hoping I'll have enough room to actually put my EcoFlow on the side and put it underneath it. That'll be a side benefit if that all works out. Otherwise, we'll have lots of room to store things underneath. But yeah, we got to get all this out. Lennon asked me to pull my crap out of here, but we're also going to have a nice spot to now put our EcoFlow alternator charger underneath. Get that out of the way. That's something that's long been coming. But also the big thing is I want to be able to strap down this giant battery and other large things that are in the cab. So this isn't really mounted to anything on the floor. The Goose Gear is going to get bolted up and it's going to be secure, and then we can use some tie downs to hold this stuff down. So if something happens where, God forbid, we have an accident, there's a less likely chance of big objects flying around in my truck, as well as just off-roading, being off camera, whatever. Things are going to be more secure. I want everything in the cab of my truck to be as secure as possible. So that's where the Goose Gear comes in, and they make really good quality products. They make all kinds of things. So if you want a whole organizer for the back of your truck, like for the back of your Wrangler, I'll show you what the Ginger has set up in his two-door in a minute. Now we're going to put this in. We're actually going to take one of these sidewalls off. So the way this comes, well, I'm not going to flip it over because I'm holding a camera, but you can see we've got the access port, which has a door, which we can lock as well, but we can also remove that, put stuff in it. But if you start mounting a bunch of stuff on top of it, it's going to make it harder to get access to that. So we can actually pull off one of these side panels, so when we open the door, we can put stuff underneath the Goose Gear or on top of the Goose Gear. I think that's just going to work a little bit better for my setup. So I'll show you how this goes in here in a minute, but let's go take a look, and I'll show you what the Ginger has in the back of his two-door, because Goose Gear makes setups for like everything. I'll show you the back of what we got going on here. Woo! So you see the Ginger has this little shelving unit right here, and so Goose Gear makes like a platform that you can replace in the back of your Wrangler, and then you can mount things to it. So the Ginger has the Goose Gear fridge slide for his Iceco APL 35, and then as well he's got the drawer system here in the back. Now I think Paul has something different. Is your Jeep unlocked?
Yeah, it should be.
You got Goose Gear in here?
I do. Go ahead.
Pop that open, boom. So we've got this table. That's what I do miss that about the Wranglers, having the table. But you can see Paul has a different setup in here. So he's got the higher drawer system. So he's got two larger drawers and then a platform on top, and then a fridge slide right next to it. And we've got a Dometic fridge in here. So there's different configurations of shelving, whatnot, that you can add to the platforms once you get them in your Wrangler. But for those of you following along, I sold my Wrangler and we have the Demonator now. So we're doing what we can with the Gladiator platform. And one of the things with the Gladiators is, unlike the Wranglers, the seats don't fold completely flat in the back. So we got rid of two of the seats, the 60% seats, and now we got to get a platform put in, and then we've got a place to store stuff underneath. Gives me more flexibility with cargo room, and we can tie things down, they're more secure, and we can put things underneath. So let's get that installed and show you guys what that looks like. Landon, we need a couple wizards. We're gonna give, oh, hang on, what's this? Brushless A or B. Hey, I need to give away a couple of these wizards. Everybody wants them, they can't get them online, so we're just gonna give them away, okay? All right. You all right with that? Yeah, all right, we're gonna go. And we're gonna do another giveaway. If you haven't seen Epic's Wizard Battery Terminal Expansion Kit, this is the only kit that I've seen that is made for off-roaders and Jeep owners to be able to hook up all of your crap to your battery without having to stack it all on one screw. How are we gonna win these? How are we gonna win the wizards? How are we gonna give them? What do people gotta do?
There's gonna be a link for the contest. There's some instructions on there, what you have to do.
Super easy.
Get multiple entries and follow you, follow us. Click a few things, sign away your kids. 401k.
I stole 2 from upstairs, so we're
Okay,
gonna
cool.
put them aside.
Okay, so you got
we're
2.
We're gonna
Yeah,
give
you
them
got
away.
2. Yeah.
And like Paul was just saying, if you guys want to win one of your own epic, I was gonna say Kraken, and one of your epic Wizard battery terminal expansion kits,
You got it.
link down in the description below. QR code up there in the corner on Paul's face right now, and pin comment, and I'll put the dates of the exact giveaway, but it'll be shortly thereafter this video going live.
You got it.
Free stuff.
Free stuff.
We keep the demeter ready to go at all times. Recovery gear, off-road gear, camping gear, even a little bit of first aid gear.
So, I think we're gonna have to cut your husky liner.
Oh, that's fine. I was gonna ask before I yanked it out.
We'll flip it out, flip it back, and pull it out.
Yeah.
We'll get a nice sharp blade, cut it right down the middle, so you can keep it for your 40% jump seat. And, so far, no French fries under here, which is pretty impressive.
Also, nobody sits in the back. So what do we got to do here, man?
So we're doing the high 60% Goose
Yep.
Gear platform.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, it just bolts into the 4 rear seat bolt holes with some standoff spacers, and that's pretty much it.
So that'll be a lot more secure than my previous platform that we have. Have you seen that yet? Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The old plywood 2x4.
too bad, you know.
John built it, so it's going to be slightly better than what I would do.
This is the side infill panel, I believe they call it. And we've found that it's actually better if you leave it or don't install it.
Oh, it connects to the extruded aluminum.
Connects to the extrusions, so you can slip like your shoes or soft goods
Yeah.
under the platform.
I think it's more useful to have it off because, like you said, it's easier to get stuff underneath it, but probably we're going to have the EcoFlow on top covering up the access port anyways. So
There you go.
I'm hoping I might be able to put the EcoFlow underneath, but I don't feel like I'll be able to get it in and out.
Easy.
And then I have to take the Goose Gear in and out all the time. And then also I wouldn't have much access to all the ports and cables and stuff on it. So I'm thinking I'll end up just putting some tie downs on the top. And did they ship any tie downs with it?
We do not, as a matter of fact.
First, just showed these guys your Jeep and your drawer setup with your Goose Gear.
Oh, hasn't been organized yet.
Hasn't been, no, we didn't go through your drawers. We just
Oh, I
looked
have
at
the organizational
exterior
stuff
part.
in that too that came in. It's the stuff Goose Gear. Yeah, it's all like foam coated. You can cut it to fit, so everything will fit in its own home and not make noise.
No rattling. And
I'll have my
everything's
fridge, or the fridge is there. I'll have stuff organized for making coffee.
important.
Hoping not to have to put crossbars like Paul did. We'll see. The
Inside
shelf.
the drawers? The crossbars inside the drawers?
No, on the roof.
Oh, on the
Paul had
Oh.
crossbars on the roof, but I'm hoping I can get away without it.
So is he camping in a swag then, and he's gonna put it
No,
on the
we
top?
have Overlandish tents.
I thought that's what the swags were.
No, Overlandish is the brand name.
Oh, there it is,
We've got
guys.
the
So
silver ones.
we'll go check that out. I've never
We got
never
the
heard of
gray
this
ones.
company.
They now have a desert coyote color, which is,
They call them shelters. They're not tents. They're,
they're
shelters.
shelters.
So you got
well, I got this base camp solos.
you can see that there, the solo one on the right. Yeah, $1,300.
We got to understand now tariffs are in play.
Is that American or
Yep,
Canadian?
that's American.
Holy moly! You guys think rooftop tents are expensive? Pretty cool. Check that out.
We're going to be shooting a video all about the tent in the next probably month or so.
So Epic Adventure Outfitters also has a awesome YouTube channel, and I'll link it down in the description below. We lost Landon. He does not wait around for anybody.
Am I vacuuming this or not?
Good enough. All right. So last time we're ever vacuuming that part of the Jeep. So those are the standoffs.
Yeah, so these are one of a few little standoffs that I believe go here to elevate up for the high version of Set something like that.
Nice. Look at that.
Some wiring together.
Yeah, that's the old alternator charger.
something about that. So we have 3 and 16th,
16th.
3 and 3/16. We've got 2
Oh.
and 16th, and then another 2 and 16th. That ain't going anywhere. So what does this go to? This
That feeds the 12 volt in the bed. So that's plugs into it's a AC to DC converter. So you plug into the AC port and then I get 25 amps off it to my Blue Sea sub panel in the bed, which powers my fridge and diesel heater. Because the little barrel, the cigarette ports don't have much amperage, right? We pulled the platform out. We're gonna make a couple modifications for the wiring of the EcoFlow. We've
Getting out the Sawzall.
got the Sawzall out. So we've got this little notch here, which we want to make it a little bit larger to be able to pass a plug through. No, not that big. That's why you don't have the saw. We want to be able to pass a plug through without having to undo this at any time. And then we're gonna put a hole in the top of this so that our alternator charger can live underneath the Goose Gear platform, and we can have our EcoFlow on top and pass that cord through. So Lennon has the saw.
This kind of pains me, but
To cut up the Goose Gear? It's not the first thing we've cut up on this truck. Beauty.
touch that up with some black paint.
Cable up.
Something like that.
I'm good, if you're good.
I'm not sure, but we'll go for it.
Battery dying?
Very much so.
I even work on cars.
A rare sighting. So we put a, was that a 2.5 inch?
2.5 inch.
2.5, maybe we should check this cable that's hanging around my neck. Oh, beauty. I feel like there's a mom joke here somewhere.
Tons of them.
All right.
There we go. Freshly modified. Room for activities here.
Smells like fresh paint.
Smells like paint for probably a couple days for you. Apologies in advance.
Final installation. Third time's a charm. No, that works great. Got lots of room here for the pass through now. They should just make those bigger on the sides. Okay, I am so glad to finally get that sleet delete in. It's gonna allow me to finish off the rest of the inside of the Gladiator. If you want to find out more about the Goose Gear products, I'll put some links down in the description below and as well. And don't forget, Epic is giving away one of their Wizards, their battery terminal organizer systems for Jeeps. All that information will be down in the description and pinned comment as well. And guys, we're getting super close to 100K. If I can ask you for a quick favor, share this video with your friends, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, or leave comments. Any of that helps with my videos getting distributed out to more of an audience on YouTube and helping more people getting this information out there, and as well getting me to 100,000 subscribers, because that's been the goal for a long time. Hit subscribe, Paul. We're almost at 100K. My name's Casey, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.